Time now for your weather on the 4s.
The time now is almost 6:14. Let's check your weather on the 4s here with meteorologist Thomas Skiboy. We're talking colder temperatures coming in here, Thomas.
Yeah, and that's after a string of temperatures well above average. Yesterday we were 15 degrees above average in Salt Lake City, but as we go through today is a transition day as a cold front will be moving across the state. This will also bring us the chance for some wet weather, mainly in northern Utah with some light valley rain and some mountain snow. But any wet weather that we're going to find will mainly be light in nature because there's not as much moisture with this system compared to what we've gotten used to with recent systems. But by tomorrow, temperatures likely going to be below average in most spots across the state. And we could very well see our first freeze of the season in Salt Lake City by tonight. So some big changes in store just within a span of 48 hours. But let's go ahead and look at the big picture for today and the setup. We have that front that's moving through the state. And that's going to bring isolated to scattered valley rain showers. Again, any rain that we find mainly in northern Utah going to be light in nature. Could find a little bit of wet weather stretching down into central Utah, maybe as far south as the I-70 corridor, but that's mainly going to be terrain driven. And mountain snow showers, that's going to be mainly above 7,000 feet. And even in the mountains, really not going to be looking at snow totals that are that impressive. Could see possibly a dusting and maybe a few inches in a few spots, with those higher amounts likely going to be in mountains as you get closer towards the Utah-Idaho line. But we are finding some scattered valley rain showers and some mountain snow in those highest elevations as we're making our way through the morning, as that front is making its way through northwestern Utah for the time being. So we could find some wet streets out there. You might want to just be a little extra cautious out on the roadways. But even though that looked like quite a bit of rain there on the radar, some of that might not actually be reaching the ground. So keep that in mind also in a few instances. But as we time things out for you here on the Futurecast, as we go throughout the next few hours, we're going to keep that chance for some valley rain and some mountain snow. But as we go through the rest of the morning into the afternoon, that moisture will continue to move away to the east. And by this afternoon, just about the chance for wet weather comes to an end, just with a small chance at that point through the afternoon, with some mountain snow being a possibility with that northwesterly flow. But the afternoon mainly going to be breezy and chilly across the northern half of the state. Still relatively pleasant conditions down south, but as that northwesterly flow really takes hold tomorrow morning, just going to be turning downright cold. So some big changes are on the way with that northwesterly flow. But here's the view right now up in Alta, where things are quiet, but we do have that mostly cloudy sky. But that is just a beautiful view here on this early Tuesday morning. Meanwhile, in Blanding, that is shaping up to what's going to be a beautiful sunrise. Still got a little while to go before we get to sunrise, but quiet conditions down south with a daytime high of 54 degrees in Salt Lake City, 63 degrees in Bluff, 62 degrees in Lake Powell. But these temperatures are a little bit misleading, and I'll show you why that's the case here on the Futurecast temperature. So this is noon today, and at noon, with that front moving through the northern half of the state, we're going to see those temperatures kind of staying steady in the upper 40s to around 50 degrees. We're in the lower 50s right now, so we will not be surprised if we see our daytime high in Salt Lake City here in the next couple of hours. But as we go through the afternoon with that northwesterly flow really taking hold, it's going to turn chilly quickly. By 10 o'clock tonight, a temperature of 36 degrees in Salt Lake City, 36 degrees in Provo, and it's only going to continue to get colder from there. And by tomorrow morning, likely going to be starting off in the upper 20s to around 30 degrees in Salt Lake City. So very likely that we're going to see our first freeze of the season, and that would tie the latest first freeze on record in Salt Lake City. So we're kind of on schedule, but definitely well behind schedule, if that makes sense. But for St. George, daytime high of 69 degrees, 62 tomorrow. So in St. George, even though we're keeping dry conditions, you'll feel the influence of the front as well. On the Wasatch Front, AM showers for today, daytime high of 54 degrees, but cooling temperatures through the afternoon with the overnight low tonight of 28 degrees, and then chilly and breezy for our Wednesday as we only rebound to the lower 40s. But temperatures will rebound for the second half of the week before a second system arrives Friday into Saturday to help reinforce some of that cooler air.